Coming to you live and uncensored. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm oh so fresh with my co-host, yet to be named.
That's me. We talk about everything from new gadgets, gizmos, politics, movies, and music.
And our very own personal stories, because you know a motherfucker has to keep it real.
Now, I do have to put out a warning that sometime during the course of this episode, I might have to slap this motherfucker because this bacon is really fucking good. He ate the first fucking piece.
I ate the first 3 pieces.
And you did not tell me that this bacon was this motherfucker.
I did.
Good.
No, were you there when I said we were eating some fucking homegrown style peppered bacon? And you were like, that homemade shit. And I was like, yeah, non-artificial. I really thought this was a fucking conversation you were there for.
You didn't say it was that goddamn good. I'm eating on the show again because, I mean, bacon is like meat candy.
It really is, dude. Bacon's like the fucking tampons for men, dude. We shouldn't have to have it all the time, but if we could keep it on us, we would.
You never want to touch a bloody piece of bacon.
Yeah. On that note, this is the Hype Podcast. I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we got special guest Johnny C in the house. What up, Johnny C?
Hey, boys. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, boys.
Long Bones Stallone.
Yeah.
In the building.
So you mentioned a couple job interviews you got lined up, Johnny. Which ones have you killed so far, and which ones are you still waiting on?
I've got there's safety consultant positions in the Midwest area, and it's basically just me going out and making sure that these construction sites or some of these different facilities, just going around, making sure that the guys are staying safe on the job, that kind of stuff.
And so for the people who don't know, what have you done for the last decade?
For the last decade, it's been pretty much all either construction based or industrial safety. The last 3 years, I was with OSHA, and then prior to that, I did some work with the FAA, and so it's just been all over the place.
So where are some avenues that people could pursue if they wanted to get involved with OSHA safety inspection?
I think one of the best things to do is actually just go onto the OSHA.gov website, because there's a lot of resources right there and they provide. And then if the board of certified safety professionals, really the funny thing is a lot of these different certifications out there, it's nice if you've got the background, but even if you don't have the background, you can go and the tests or the what do you call it? The study material is kind of expensive, but if you go through their process and go get your test done, then you can come out with a certification, occupational health safety technician or construction health safety technician.
I know how to get involved with OSHA. Just cut my finger off on the job site. I was like, damn, that's a long answer. Shit, you cut your finger off on the job site. you involved with OSHA now.
I don't know if that was the answer that OSHA would like me to throw out there.
That's the only time the motherfuckers gonna show up.
No, that's gonna be Johnny's downfall. They're gonna be like, well, Mr. Stallone, we really love your credentials, but if you could just read this column here on episode 158 of the Hype Podcast when you said blah blah blah.
Should start calling you Nine Finger Johnny. That's how he got in. This motherfucker was working at Wendy's. Chopped his finger off and said, hey, I need a job now.
What you want to do? You want to look like a shop teacher from the 1970s.
Yeah. Hey, but can build a birdhouse like a motherfucker.
You'd be amazed what I can do with some popsicles.
Yeah, some popsicle sticks.
I think you better put a pause on that one.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too amazed.
So Johnny, before the show, me and Oso were talking about a very specific incident when one of his family members was growing up. So I got to ask you, before we tell you this story, did you have any involvement with any assortment of gangs when you were younger?
Growing up in Alaska, there was some. Yes, I did. There was some Filipino gangs. There's actually some small factions, the Bloods and Crips up there, and then there's some of the Samoan gangs.
So have you ever been affiliated with a bike gang?
No, but I've definitely have.
And I'm not talking motorcycle club Sons of Anarchy style. I'm talking badass bicycle huffy Schwinn motherfuckers that really know how to throw down.
But shouldn't we run that around the table? What about you?
I was.
Have you ever
getting there? I was getting there. No, I have never been affiliated with a bicycle gang. I did, however, have my bike stolen once when I was younger. That's about the roughest affiliation I have.
I was in a gang. It was called the Voltrons, and I was and I was hunk. You know, you remember the fat dude?
Yeah,
because I was the last one to join the gang.
No, I never dealt with the Sons of Schwins. Having the means to Anchorage.
The Schwins of Anarchy.
The Schwins of Anarchy.
So the reason I asked this is because Oso. I'm just gonna let Oso tell you this story. His cousin Junior was involved with this bike gang when he was younger, and what did they do?
See, I think hopefully the statute of limitations applies here. I mean, the man is 60 years old, so what he was doing at 12, it should sweep under the table. I'm out there last week, right before the show, and this motherfucker's talking to me. We just bullshit. You know, we chew the fat outside like grown men do. You know, if you got two black motherfuckers that live in your neighborhood, they probably talk too loud for a certain amount of time every day and use the N-word very freely. And because we're just two black dudes, right? But anyway, he told me he was in a gang, a bike gang. He's about 11 or 12, and he said there were 60 of those motherfuckers. He's like, it didn't matter what they did.
60? Like 60?
60. And boy, he said they didn't fuck around. They would steal bikes everywhere. Some of these and one of the kids' houses, they used to keep the bikes, and his mom used to walk out like, where you get these bikes? Oh, I'm just fixing them. And then some of the gang members had to store their bikes at other kids' houses because they all had new bikes.
They had to leave it at the stash house.
And this is back in the day. This is the 60s where you getting them fat fucking swin stingrays and shit like that.
The low riders with the chrome on them and shit.
They motherfuckers was fucking rolling.
Oh my god! These little chop shops all over down.
Like he said, he's like, if the shit jumped off, there were 60 of us. Who you gonna catch?
Jesus. Now, did you happen to ask him?
He said they blocked the whole lane of MLK. No. He said no. They blocked. I think he said northbound MLK. They was out there on MLK one day and just blocked it up.
Did you ask him one of the most important questions of all? How did they round up all 60 of them? Because it's not like there were cell phones or pagers back in the day. Did they have one dude roll around to like every house and be like, "Hey, yo, guys, come on, we're going to block MLK today"?
Well, I'll let the millennials and younger know that listen to this show. Well, I mean, if you're under 18, don't listen to the show because you're fucking off. Anyway, back then you were where you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
man.
Yeah, like if you said we meeting here at noon, we meeting here at fucking noon.
Hey, you know they had that shit down like the Warriors, man. They had someone on a radio station somewhere. They slipped a 22. we got the Pharaohs meeting up on MLK around 4:00.
Bring your pump because Johnny's tires low.
No, because I mean, I remember when I was little, having like a walkie-talkie or some shit was like, it was the shit. You were the cool kid. You could talk to your buddy around the way, and it was all good. So I'm just wondering if all 60
of these... grew up on Stranger Things or something? I mean...
No, you'd have like the little two-way radios and shit when you're like 6 or 7.
I had two-way radios, but I couldn't... Like, we didn't keep like constant communication. The batteries are always dead. Yeah. If you got some walkie-talkies for Christmas, by New Year's, the batteries are fucked up. Because that trips me out while watching Stranger Things. They got their CB radios, and I'm like, motherfucker, them batteries would have been dead. Them Duracells cost.
Yeah. Damn well those fanny packs are full of fucking batteries, not slingshots and fucking marbles.
Yeah.
No, I feel no name on that because that's how we used to do it, man. You just get on your bike and you just start. It's like you're on little patrols. Everyone's just roaming around and you just having to catch up with people and just head out.
Well, I would just stop. I mean, because when I roll with cats at that age, I mean, we used to roll probably 10, 12 deep at times, and some kid was the early kid, and he just stopped by everybody's house and just kind of mounted. I mean, it was like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And then
he just rolls by the house blowing the fucking battle cry trumpet.
No, you roll by the homie's house that's next to yours, and then you guys stop at the other dude's house on the way because there's always going to be a house that you can meet up at. either his parents are real cool,
Right.
or they ain't home, so we can all meet up. Because you know how it was when you meet up at a homeboy's house. There'd be 12 bikes sitting outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
And this is back when you could leave your bikes outside if you were part of like the cool clique.
Yeah, and motherfuckers can't even cross the sidewalk because there's so many bikes. And I used to. Now that I'm old, I understand why they used to get so mad. Because if I'm trying to walk down the goddamn sidewalk that I pay goddamn taxes on, and this might be my motherfucking day off, and you gonna put a goddamn bike in the middle of the fucking road? Yeah, little black motherfucker, come out here and pick up your goddamn bike.
Is that why you're bitter about your basement right now? Also, there's fucking bikes scattered everywhere.
Yeah. My roommate decided to do the bike cemetery.
The bike cemetery?
So I roll out and I make a deal with my cousin. My cousin Ronte, shout out. He had a fat tire bike. I found him on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I don't know if the bike's legit, so don't get pulled over on. And then, there was something wrong with the brakes on the fucking bike. I don't know. This motherfucker takes in like 3 or 4 wayward, bent up piece of shit bikes trying to fix it. I'm just like, okay, well, like, because, me and my roommate, I'll let you know. If you listen to the show, me and my roommate are parting ways very soon. And I'm like, what you going to do with all them damn bikes? He's like, I'll take them to the trash. You don't have a car. How you going to get all these bikes to the fucking trash? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not paying to dispose of bikes.
He gonna get them to the sidewalk.
It costs enough to dispose of your ass.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I'm taking a loss getting rid of you, fool. Now I got to worry about some goddamn bikes.
Hey, why don't you just put them out in the driveway? I'm sure Junior and his homies would soup them up in no time.
I wish they would. To see some old... Have you ever seen like these old 60-year-old motherfuckers when they hang out?
No.
They be cool. Old 60-year-old black motherfuckers, they be cool like a fan. Yeah. They just chilling. Ain't gonna make a move for nothing, nobody. All they gonna do is tell you to kill that noise. They ain't gonna get up and do shit. I'm not saying... don't piss them off. Because, I mean, somebody got a 44 in the car. Yeah.
Hey, I can only imagine what it would take in this era to be 60 years old and black and still just co-chilling. So, they got a long fuse, but yeah, you definitely don't want to like that shit.
Well, they all should be pissed off. And you woke-ass white people about this goddamn Lil Dicky Chris Brown song.
What about it? You're talking to Freaky Friday, right?
I've never seen a white person so excited they can say the N-word. I'm like, you guys get the context that they switch bodies. Paula Deen didn't get that pass. Are you saying Paula Deen should have been hanging out with him? Was it fucking Mel Gibson? Who's the last motherfucker that got caught?
Cost me my Laker tickets.
Oh yeah. Fucking Donald Sterling. Can Donald Sterling switch bodies with fucking Chris Brown so he can get a pass?
You can hang out with him.
Yeah. I mean, because when you listen to the verse, and I'm black, so I'm gonna say it. He's like, "What's up, my nigga? What's up, my?" I'm like,
but Chris Brown is singing that portion.
Yeah, but
Chris Brown is black.
The fact that Little Dicky is so excited to be in Chris Brown's body so he can use the N-word.
Dude, are you serious? You sound like a fucking 20-year-old white girl right now. You do.
No, because 20-year-old white girls are singing along to the song because they're happy they can say it too. I'd be better off if you just walked into a group of us and said, "Hey, I'm going to give you all $20 a piece and I'm going to say the N-word as much as I want to."
You are literally upset because a black man portraying a white man is saying the N-word.
A white man portraying a black man. Isn't that blackface?
No, it's not.
Chris Brown is black. Chris Brown is black. But he is a white guy. He jumped into Chris Brown's body.
No, dude, it's not real.
He's a Jew.
It's not
he's a Jew.
Real. You do realize that didn't actually happen, right?
You think Al Jolson, Al Jolson, the jazz singer, when he was in blackface, that wasn't real either. It was a movie. It's still the same.
Do you realize
shit.
how much sense you're not making right now?
It's blackface.
This sounds like the damn sequel to the Chris Rock movie, Down to Earth.
You realize that was a fiction, right? Like they were literally portraying a character, and a black guy was saying the N-word. No matter how you spin it, you cannot spin this like fucking Fox News, okay? It's not going to work.
No, I'm not.
You can get your fucking Alex Jones on all you want, Oh So Fresh. It is not going to happen.
Well, number one, they're not going to take me off the air. Yeah. Number two, I'm sorry if your white privilege keeps you from understanding my dilemma. I am a black man calling out because I've been offended and 10 little white girls in Birkenstocks are going to come up and save and protest for me?
Dude, what are you offended about? A black guy saying the N-word?
No,
That's what it is.
The fact that a white guy is so excited to say the N-word.
He's not the one saying it.
They switched bodies. In theory.
Do you hear what's coming out of your mouth? Do you hear that shit right now?
It is fiction, but in theory, motherfucker, you need to, man, do we got some fucking wax remover?
John,
hold on. I got, while we're on this black shit, I got one more point to make. All you Black Lives Matter motherfuckers, hey, they shot 44 people in Chicago and wasn't no cops involved, and 5 of them fucking died. So before you start marching and getting your fucking extensions in a wad, motherfucker, look at Chicago. Clean your own house.
So,
go ahead, my friend.
No, so before we
hold on, I need some more. Hell yeah.
No, so before we get into that shit that happened just the other day here in Portland, Johnny, what's your take on this? Like, you've heard the song, right?
I heard the song. No, I had to look it up because you the one told me about it.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not. I'm with Oso. Like, you can't get that hype about. You can't be that excited about dropping N-bombs. Like, it's
Chris Brown.
Have you seen the video?
Yes,
he's
Chris
skipping
Brown.
around town like hell yeah.
But Chris Brown is the one saying it. So now listen. Now if you can show me where Little Dicky wrote those lyrics and Chris Brown singing them, okay, like maybe he's abusing his Jew power. But Chris Brown is black and saying that. Okay, you cannot convince me that any part of Chris Brown is white.
I got plans for you this afternoon. Why don't you listen to this podcast again and see how much of a dumbass you sound like?
Because you sound like a fucking retard. You can watch the video and it's Chris Brown saying the N-word.
You ever been black?
Twice.
No. I mean, you probably had black in you. I know you did some time. Job Corps.
Some time at your house.
Job Corps was tough. I know. But no,
why are you bringing up old shit?
I'm offended. I can just be offended, right?
You can be offended, but you have to explain to me why. You have to give me a legitimate reason.
I said it's like blackface. It's a fancy way to do fucking blackface.
He was mouthing the words, correct?
He was no. Chris Brown. No, he's in Chris Brown's body. So he can't mouth the words. They totally would have caught that. I mean, because it's a total fucking sneak attack.
My point is you're mad at a metaphysical fucking conjuration of some white dude being black.
No, I'm mad at all the white people singing along real happy now going, what up?
Yeah.
Then say that. You didn't say that.
There's so many things wrong. I have to get to everything that's wrong. You were sitting there harping on this one point. No, there's multiple things wrong with that situation.
Because the way you led into that story, you were like, yeah, Chris Brown's saying the N-word. Like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with that? You're like,
have you seen the video?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got kids now. Yeah. He said, I have manifested Chris Brown's body, and I am happy to drop N-bombs because it is my right now. Fuck it. I got to skip slavery, poverty, white chicks grabbing their fucking purses when you jump on the elevator with them. I had to go through none of that shit. I could just say the N-word now. Bam! Yeah, like I said.
So you're mad at white people that are singing along with the song. I get it.
No, I'm asking. So if Paula Deen switched bodies with Chris Brown, would it be cool? Like when she took that deposition, if she had a video saying she was in Chris Brown's body.
First of all, if Paula Deen was in there, the lyrics would not have been that tight.
All right. Now, as far as little suburbanite white kids getting all amped up about you dropping bombs, now I gotta say, man, this just been going on for a minute. I mean, come on. Man, Notorious came out with Juicy. Man, everybody sings that damn song. And high school parties, whatever, you got a huge crowd of everybody mixed in. And it's not as gratuitous as the Chris Brown joint, but
hey, y'all motherfuckers looked around to make sure it was clear.
I think ever since Oso saw Office Space, He's been bitter because the dude's like rapping in his car, and then he sees the black guy walking up, and he turns it down. Oso's like, yes, that is how a white man should be, and that ruined him for the rest of his life, I think.
No, you find after DJing, you find any song that has a major part where they drop the N-bomb, like Fucking Problems. They use that Rocky song when they drop the N-bomb. Oh yeah, hell yeah. They're like, yeah. Because I'll pull down the volume. And then they'll all say it, and they'll look at each other, and then look for the closest black person and be like, "Oh shit, I really said that." And everybody heard it. Yeah, I put whole dance floors on blast with that because they all kind of look around. I shouldn't do it because it kind of disrupts the dance floor because they're like, "Oh, you said it too? Oh shit, they're shocked that somebody heard them say it, and they're shocked that hey. I'm the one that's supposed to get you in trouble for saying that, but I just said it too. Maybe it's okay now,
dude. If you have an issue this much of an issue about fucking switching bodies, how do you feel about like old school cartoons? Like you know how like fucking Dora the Explorer and shit, like they get all racial and people are like, oh yeah, or that show, what's it called? The other D, it's the chick in high school.
Okay, so I went old school for a couple weeks and started watching Daria.
Yeah, that one, dude. She is a bitch in that TV show.
Yes,
she's a bitch.
Oh yeah, Daria. I would just like to say, if you have not watched Daria, it is available on Hulu. We are not sponsored by Hulu. We're sponsored by Fortress Property Management. Shout out. But anyway, at first it's funny because the girl's just like a bitch. You know, it's like cool. And I was like, damn, I would have said some fucked up shit like that too, but I just didn't have the balls. I mean, she says a lot of shit.
And this has been around since we were kids.
And then the last season, she gets a boyfriend. And that thing goes to shit. She is the biggest bitch to her boyfriend. I was just like, damn, you were my hero for 4 seasons. And
she was like a hip ass Velma.
Yeah.
Fucking Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, she was. Totally. Oh man, Johnny, I gotta give you exposure for that. I got. Is it Rule 34? I gotta look up on the internet and see if Velma and Daria are making out someplace.
Why? So you can be offended about that too?
No, I'd enjoy that. I enjoy good artistry.
He said, I enjoy good artistry.
Now, if the caption under was "N-bombs like this shit," I get fucking offended. But did either of you guys watch the show?
I watched it religiously when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see at the end that she became like the biggest cunt ever? Like seriously. No, I mean, her boyfriend's name was Tom, who she stole from her best friend.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. The writers just went savage at the end.
Yeah, it started getting real heavy.
She steals her boyfriend from her best friend, and then some days she's just like, nah, I just don't want to see you. Hey, I just came by. So you want to go for a walk? No, I want to go for a walk. Slam the door in his face. Like, fuck you.
What
total abused boyfriend syndrome. And I'm like, this is on MTV.
Is that how it ends? Is that how the entire saga ends?
Too, that was back then. I think there was something about the even back then, you know, they look at like Beavis and Butthead and what kind of, you know, effect that was having on kids, and at the same time, you know, the counterpart to that was Daria and this woman in kind of the feminist movement back in the 90s. For women, it was kicking up, and they were wanting to see this girl become a badass chick and not have her be some timid little, you know, bubblegum high school girl. And man, I mean, you're right though. I mean, they kind of eased into it in the beginning, but yeah, towards the end, man, she got savage as shit, man. She was wearing underwear with dick holes in it by the end. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I mean,
like really, like I'm sitting here on Hulu, like I just got to ride this out because I'm deep. You know what I'm saying? Like I might as well just finish. I mean, I'm that deep on it, but I'm sitting there like, this ain't that fun.
So how does it end? How does the entire saga end?
She goes to college.
That's it.
Yeah, she goes to college. She breaks up with her boyfriend and goes to college.
That's very anticlimactic.
And then starts Lilith Fair.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think I think that girl might be dyking.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is that the D-bomb? Yeah. Well, let me switch places with Ellen in a video, and then I can say the D-bomb all at once. I woke up in Ellen DeGeneres' body.
It's way less cool than being Chris Brown was.
What's up, my dyke bitch? What up, my dyke hoe? Yeah, see how it works?
No, I still don't see your point. I still disagree with you.
You know what? I feel like you're on heroin because you're in a blissful place because this ignorance is such bliss for you.
I've been listening.
It is heroin type bliss, my friend.
I've been listening to a lot of Alex Jones lately.
Hey, so what's up with your boy Alex? Are you fuck with Alex, Johnny?
Dude.
No, man. I've been. You know what's funny is I basically like the only thing I've really been fucking with is Logic, man. I really like some of his stuff. He's come out with some good stuff, and I like some of the beats that's rolling out. But like honestly, man, I'm an old hip hop head, man. I stick to my classics, kind of stay in my lane.
Hold on, do you know who Alex Jones is? We're not talking about Jim Jones. Yeah, we're talking about Alex Jones, the fucking ridiculous conspiracy theorist, fucking nonsense artist.
Fucking InfoWars and all that shit.
Oh yeah. No Name turned me on to it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. We watched it. We actually watched the Bill Hicks, Alex Jones conspiracy at Johnny's house,
really?
And yeah, it's fucking fascinating. But now Alex Jones is basically being kicked off like any assortment of social media and any media outlet that
he should switch bodies with Chris Brown. Say whatever you want. Beat up a couple hoes too.
Yeah, right. No, but I just love it because he is the most extreme conspiracy theorist out there right now, and the way he freaks out about everything, absolutely insane. Like you can't help but think he's funny. And people are like, oh, he's so disgusting. He's a misinformation monster. And I'm like, you guys are listening to the wrong motherfucker then, because this guy is hilarious.
You know, if it was satire, I mean, really, if he really would step up his comedy game and put himself in the same lane as like a John Oliver or a Jon Stewart or something like that,
yeah,
I think he can make a lot more money. Because when Colbert played that conservative,
yeah.
Oh, I love Colbert. Now that he's a fucking liberal, I fucking hate the shit out of him.
Dude,
I can't
if
watch
they
this
replaced
show.
Trevor Noah with Alex Jones,
it would be a much better show.
It would be. It would be, dude.
I mean, Trevor Noah, I like to support blacks, but you ain't from here.
He's not even a real black guy.
You ain't from here, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't from here. Like, seriously.
It's like watching some weird like UK MTV show. Like that don't even make sense to me.
You know, it fucked me up. Because I don't think I've heard him say it, but like if he dropped the M-bomb, it would fuck me up. Seriously.
No, you know what Trevor Noah should be on? He should be on the UK version of Jeopardy. He should be the UK version of Alex Trebek.
I woke up in Alex Trebek's body?
Yeah.
I think, you know, with him, Alex Jones, you know, my take on Alex Jones, I have to say, like I don't fuck with him.
Okay.
But the fact that they are silencing him is kind of shitty.
Well, dude, doesn't that tell you something?
Well,
like, if you're silencing this dude that everybody knows is full of shit, is he really completely full of shit?
But they're trying to... He's going to be the martyr. What are you going to say, Johnny?
Oh, I think there's the conspiracy about him and Bill Hicks is... I mean, that just cracks me up because I really don't think... I think there's too big of a difference in the voice, but there is a lot of weird coincidence there, and I don't know.
Hey, can you break down that conspiracy real quick?
Well, Bill Hicks was a phenomenal comedian back in the day. He got started in Texas, and he was very outspoken, and he was totally against advertisement. He was totally always trying to poke holes in just kind of the overall machine, the inner workings of our government, our society, and they say he died of lung cancer, or what kind of cancer did he die?
Pancreatic.
Prostate cancer.
Was it that
Pancreatic.
Same shit Bob Marley had, right?
Yeah. But they're saying that he died, and then and then all of a sudden, within less than a 2-year time span of him passing, Alex Jones kind of shows up on the scene, and he's got some of the same rhetoric, he's got some of the same viewpoints, and they really do look alike. I mean, their
physical attributes are uncanny in some instances, dude.
Are you saying are you saying closer than Clark Kent and Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, you can't tell them. You can tell those motherfuckers apart. So
yeah. Now, so one of the things I find like absolutely fascinating about it, the eyebrow ridge, they do a facial comparison, and those what it is, it's the triangle between your eyes and the bottom of your chin, right? So it encompasses the nose, the mouth, everything like that. The eyebrow ridge lines up identically, and their dental scans line up identically. Like, those are the two most compelling features that...
The dental shit fucked me up.
What kind of investigative reporter you got, man? That motherfucker all in their business. Man, that motherfucker digging through your trash can, finding bite marks on bananas.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Like, seriously, like...
Next time on Forensic Files. No, but I mean, it was just a fascinating documentary, and it's hilarious because they do have a lot of the same rhetoric. And nowadays, Alex Jones is... Like, dude, he's big enough. He's a millionaire. Like, he's got his own, basically. Oh God, it's like his own broadcasting network now. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, his YouTube hits are always over, several million. He's got a huge following of people that are really they really like his viewpoints on a lot of things. Here's the thing that kind of, I didn't get to tell this or say this to No Name, but the thing that's kind of really compelling to me is the fact that Bill Hicks was an enormous fan of Andy Kaufman. He thought Andy Kaufman had a definitely like a different way of doing things when it came to comedy, and he was really good at being I don't want to say avant-garde, but he was indie before indie was a thing, and he would create these characters out of thin air, and he would play them and not break character at all, and it was this it really screwed up his career because no one understood the genius of his comedy. And I have to look at this stuff, and I'm just like, man, it would be absolutely insane knowing that this guy has been pulling off this role for
20 years.
20 plus years since Bill's died. He's so passionate, and he's so
Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Big well, both Bill Hicks and Alex Jones, but Bill Hicks was so passionate about his comedy and the stuff that he was putting out there that like this would be like the ultimate role and the ultimate fuck you.
So you think this Alex Jones could possibly just be a joke?
Dude, you gotta watch this shit because a couple years before Bill Hicks's so-called death, him and his best friend created the character Alex Jones in a screenplay that they were going to enact and build this character Alex Jones, which they gave him that name. They gave Alex Jones the name as the character in this entire ensemble. And he was verbose, he was, conspiracy radical, outspoken, didn't give a shit about like basically anything except for what he wanted to give a shit about. And they literally detailed this entire fucking character years before Alex Jones even came out.
So I have to. I mean, I don't have all day to fuck with your fucking conspiracy. Because the basic point is, and it's something that could affect us too, is the fact that they're silencing him.
Yeah.
The fact that they ran him off Facebook, they ran him off YouTube. I think they run him off Twitter.
Yep. He's no longer on iTunes. They ran him out of all his media outlets.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he's the first. I think he's one of the first podcasts to officially be banned off iTunes.
Yep.
I mean, but that could apply to us. I mean, that's what makes it serious. Yeah, take a big gulp. I mean, it's not like we're getting billions of dollars off this shit,
which we should.
But the amount of with the censorship like that, I mean, you just have to take that into consideration because that could be when the public opinion turns against us or anything else, we could be next. Oh, also said cunt. Can't say cunt no more. Shit.
They'll never turn against us if we wake up in Chris Brown's body.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you already know. So it's about that time to go. This is the Hype Podcast.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
I am the host with no name with special guest Johnny C. Johnny C, thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Johnny Nine Finger.
Yeah.
Hey, but if you want to see the host with no name, what you gotta do?
You got to come check us out at Oaks Park from 6 to 9 p.m. this coming weekend. We should be there. We should. If I end up not being there, then I'm going to blame Oh So Fresh.
It's called Podcasting in the Park. You can stop by the Fortress booth. They will have Hype Podcast gear there.
Absolutely. So whether
if you want to get a Hype Podcast t-shirt, a Hype Podcast hat, whatever the hell you want to get, you know what I'm saying? No handies. But if you want, definitely, and Aaron's been on the show, you want to holler at him, or you want to holler at the people from Fortress. I'll talk about Fortress for a second.
You can hit them up at fortresspropertymgmt.com or 503-752-8519. That's Fortress Property Management. Check them out.
So this is the podcast after the podcast, and I gotta call our fucking guest out. When we're giving up for our fucking sponsor, you need to hold your horses, Hoss.
For real though. I did not. My bad on that one.
Anyway, wait. What you got to say? Is it on the record or off the record?
This is on the record.
Oh, what's that?
I was going to just throw it out there, let y'all know if anybody happens to be in the Indianapolis area. I'll be performing at Crackers tomorrow night for my first time on stage.
Where you gonna be performing?
It's a comedy club called Crackers.
Oh man, Johnny the stand-up guy.
Doing some open mic, huh?
Yeah, man.
Hey, make sure you bring some gear to record yourself, dude, so you can listen back.
It's called a fucking phone. the phone has a recorder on it.
So now that you put me on blast, this is the Hype Podcast. We out.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Johnny, you're the man, dude.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to step on you guys' toes.
Oh, dude, that's the whole point of the show. It's